you guys' defense is a real strength of the team. However, last year there was a slight dip in statistical performances. Did you notice a difference from that year to the last year? Maybe the difference between a good and great defense?
Sorry,
what do you think some of the key differences are between a good defense and a great defense? Or maybe some of the key differences from your first year on campus to last season?
Yeah, I mean, I was only there last season, but I think some of the differences between a good and a great defense is, I think a great defense makes the one-on-one plays. I don't think that guys get blocked by one person. I think that you never go one-for-one on a great defense. I think it's about being disruptive. I think great defenses get in the backfield and make more tackles for loss, make more plays in the backfield than we did last year. I think they play a little stickier coverage than we did last year, and then limit the explosives. We weren't great in limiting explosive pass plays, so we need to do a better job of that, and we will. And it's about just adapting to the play styles of the offenses in the Pac-12, and I think we're going to do that. We brought in some guys that are going to help us, not just help us necessarily just getting on the field, but creating a really competitive environment and lighting a fire under everybody on defense, and just to work and try to do the best we can every single day. And if we can do that for 30 days throughout fall camp, like we've been doing all summer, I think it will pay dividends on defense throughout the season. So I'm very optimistic about this season. I think that we can get back up to that standard that they set throughout the first 5-6 years of the Wilcox era here, and I think we have the talent, and I think we have the toughness to finish in the top group of Pac-12 defenses this year.
Thank you.
What stood out to you this summer as you guys trying to work in some new pieces, kind of build that chemistry? What stood out to you just about what you guys could be defensively?
Yeah, I think we could be a really strong group. I think from a talent perspective, I think we'd be able to hang with anybody. It's just going to be about how we mesh. It's going to be about how we pick up, the mental side of defense, and then it's going to be how we prepare as a unit. Because you can be super talented, but if you go into the game unprepared, you're not going to get very far. So I think there's a lot of factors, and then part of it is also being healthy. We got a lot of guys coming back from injury. Last year we got banged up, on the D line and then at the back end, so we got a little thin. And that's football. That's going to happen. But we're going to have to do a better job staying healthy. But with the portal and freshmen and guys coming back from injury, we're also going to be a lot deeper. So that's going to help a lot. But this summer it's been really good. It's been really productive, and we're going to work on all those aspects and getting better at it.
Matt, Jackson talked earlier about how the offense was challenging the D, giving them new looks. While you were rehabbing, you were on the sidelines. What were you seeing out of the defense that was a little bit different this spring?
Yeah, they're throwing in some. Don't give away our secrets. Yeah, no secrets, but throwing in some different stuff. I think a lot of teams are playing around with how to stop these new offenses, so it's kind of cool to see them tinker with different looks that we'll see probably even the first week with North Texas. They're a solid group. They got a lot of studs, and excited to see how they mesh and come together come fall camp and our first game.
Are you also excited to see how this new, more wide open offense will look?
Yeah, definitely. Saw a lot of glimpses of what it could be, and we just got to be more consistent. And we get 20-some practices before our first game, so a lot of opportunities to do that. And I think we'll be ready to go come game on.
Are the plays you're running as an offensive lineman that much different under the new OC, or is it more just sequencing and tempo and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think a lot of the core concepts are there. It's just like, what formation are we doing it out of? We're tempoing a little bit more. Who are we keying might be slightly different. Not as many tight ends in the run scheme. So those are the main differences. But yeah, you're always going to run inside zone. You're always outside zone, gap scheme. That doesn't change between offenses. It's just how it's dressed up is quite different.
You guys had, I think it was your homecoming game last year.
Yeah.
You guys rolled up like 350 yards. went off for like 250 or something.
Yeah.
How do you feel as an offensive lineman after a game like that? It's kind of a singular game, but
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't get better than that. I mean, it was pretty exciting, and yeah, we caught something there that game, and you know, hopefully that energy, that intensity, that focus, we can kind of use for the entire season, not just one game now. So yeah, it's a good model to look after how we need to come out every game.
You are not just watching when you're on the sidelines during this game. You're taking a lot of mental reps. How vital is that for you to step into a new offense and just to keep yourself sharp?
Yeah, it's huge. I think Coach Balesh, our new line coach, he relied on me to kind of help some of the younger guys along. So it was kind of interesting to be a coach and a player learning, but also not playing and just trying to take those mental reps. So really just try to take it in as much, maybe from more of a coach's perspective, which will help me on the field come in a week or two once we start getting into fall camp.
How much are you looking forward to that, and what's kind of your position right now? How are you kind of slated in this offensive line?
Yeah, I think I'm going to start at center here. You know, I haven't played football in 9-10 months, so I'm really excited to get back out there and you know, hopefully come back where I was at, but you know, give myself a little bit of grace if it takes a day or two. But yeah, excited to get back out there and you know, get with this team.
How much was it that itch to kind of get out there during the spring, just knowing like, hey, there's a new quarterback, there's a new style of play? How much was it that itch for you?
Yeah, I definitely wanted to get in there. That itch is always there. Whenever you see your teammates working, it kind of sucks to sit on the sideline. But did my best to stay in the back and kind of take those mental reps, take the footwork. What do I need to do? And like I said, it's just a different challenge, a different opportunity, and took it to try to help some of those young guys, and hopefully they got better, and I know I got better helping them coach because you learn it from a different perspective.
We really got to see it, I think, in the spring game more than anything, but what was your overall assessment of the offense so far?
Yeah, I think we're in a good spot. We need to grow a lot, and like I said, we have 20-something practices before our first game, so we have a lot of opportunities to do so, but when we're clicking, we're moving the ball, and that's exciting to see. So just the consistency factor, and that just takes reps.
Jackson, you guys lost 5 games by 7 points or less last year. Do you guys as a team get together and say, look, we're sick of this, we need to be the ones on that other side of the ledger?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that fact, you know, it's about the 1,000th time I've heard it this year. That, you know, it wasn't just first brought up here at Media Day. We're all very aware of that fact, and we're all tired of hearing about it. And I'm not trying to say offense to you or anything. I'm just saying we don't want it to happen again. And you know, so that's been a big emphasis this offseason. That's why our coaches got aggressive with bringing in talented players in the portal to create a really competitive environment throughout workouts, throughout PRPs, throughout fall camp, spring ball, all that. And that's our mission this year, is to emphasize the finishing aspect, emphasize the fourth quarter, emphasize that we don't want that to happen again. So yeah, no, it's on everybody's mind. We're very aware of it.
It can be tricky bringing in veteran players and having them fit in, and you're one of the guys that did that earlier last year. Do you feel like the staff did a good job identifying the positions where you needed maybe an injection of talent and picking the guys that could fit in well?
I really do. I think I think Matthew can speak to this too on the offensive side. I think they did a really nice job of knowing what the culture of the locker room is, and then picking guys accordingly that are not only talented but are going to fit in and buy into our culture. And I think they did a good job. And I mean, everything's easy when you haven't won or lost any games yet. So we're gonna grow together through fall camp, and then, you know, you're gonna find out how it is during the season. So everything is a lot easier during the off season when there's nothing won or lost. But I'm confident that throughout fall camp, it's gonna be a great opportunity for us to grow and mesh together, and that we're gonna have a great season.
Whether it's players returning from injury or new guys that have been brought into the portal, there's been a lot of guys that are going to be, especially on defense, expecting to play. How do you think that's going to show itself during camp, on the field, that competitiveness?
Yeah, I think it will show itself by those guys contributing on the field. I think I think you're gonna, I think with a lot of position groups, we're gonna be deeper than we have in the past. So I think you're gonna see really fierce position battles because every position is open. My position's open, Matthew's position's open, the quarterback position's open, safety, corner, interior D-line, like every single position's open because we weren't good enough last year. So every position is open so that we can be better next year. And we want to win more games. We don't want to lose games by, one test. We don't want to beat the best team in the nation in keeping games close. Like, we want to win the game. So we're going to treat every practice the necessary way to try to make that happen, and that's going to be through making every practice a position battle.
Or Auburn's coming up to us.
Just the Notre Dame experience. What was that like for you guys?
Yeah, it was really cool. I think the bummer as traveling is you don't really get to see the campus. So I think my parents had a great time. But it was a cool environment, historic place, which is always awesome. It's a little bittersweet, when you lose the game off, when you really have some chances. And so, I think it's something you'll definitely have in the memory bank. But I think we want to make those memories this year wins. And so hopefully we can do that against, some big time teams.
Okay.
Thank you. Go Bears.